Inside, this building is a massive New York City apartment with zero compromises.
Faces east and west.
Oh, it's so bright. And we are right on Park Avenue South. Just look out the window. Everything is classic New York. Jordan, how many square feet is this?
We are a little over 2,100 square feet.
Always wanted a place with a canopy bed.
I could live in the kitchen.
It's great.
In fact, this kitchen is larger than my actual apartment, so.
I think the closet might be bigger than where I live. And I don't have a wardrobe like this, never have. And that's why we're here, to find out if this really is the perfect New York City apartment, and if you should live in it, or if you should do what I've gotta do, which is just think about living in it. And the location here is money. That's the building, and this is Park Avenue. Right across the street, we have a Chase Bank, and across the street, we have a whole row of cafes, like this one called Oceans. It's probably seafood. But the Union Square Cafe, this place is a zoo on the weekends. It's a lot of fun. And daily provisions, there's always people hanging out here. It's the coffee. And they have an app to get you hooked because you're addicted to your phone. Don't worry, I am too. Then we got sushi, Isabel's, diner style, and we have Le Express. It's actually a 24-hour place. And the specials are painted on the wall. That means they never change. At a lot of places, the special isn't actually special. It's a test. An experiment. Then over here we have a furniture store, Barbounia. If you move here, you might want to join a gym or something. There's street meat for that quick, healthy bite at 2 a.m. Who would have known Park Avenue was such a restaurant crawl? But believe it or not, this is Park Avenue South. And you see that funny looking thing over there? That's actually Union Square on 18th Street. And over here, you've got just about everything. It's a really nice park. There's a lot of green. There's an empty seat right there in the sun. And what's cool is they finally opened the lawn, so if you want to be under the trees kind of in the middle and you want to work on your laptop, you are potentially free to do so. And at the southern end of the park, you can buy some vegetables from the world's richest astronaut. There's also a bunch of subway trains, but this entrance is under construction. This is a nice, convenient part of town. And we're by the last remaining Barnes & Noble in New York City. At least I think that's the last one. And what's also interesting is like half of these buildings are offices and the other half are residential. So the neighborhood has this interesting feel to it. Almost like a mix of Midtown and downtown at the same time. And I guess that makes sense. We're in between Midtown and downtown. And you've got your clothing stores. What do these hipster t-shirts cost? My head hurts just thinking about it. Those jeans are $168. And these white sneakers, you don't even want to know. But you know what? If you're in a position to get today's apartment, you can probably shop and live and eat whatever, wherever you want. Now, the building itself, it looks massive, but there's only 17 units in here. Excuse me, 17 stories, 48 units. And everything here has massive windows. There he is! Dude, I am ready. And you were at the Starbucks downstairs.
Obviously the Starbucks downstairs.
What amenities does it have?
It has obviously the full-time doorman, the live-in super, the package room. We have a little gym and we have a meeting room as well.
But because the people that live here know about privacy.
It's about privacy.
Because it's not a low-end rental, we can't just go popping in.
Listen, I love the pop, but...
So Jordan, how much money do I need in my piggy bank if I want to have this place?
For you, 4,499. Not 4.5.
So that's under the listed price of $4.5 million.
No, that's actually the listed price.
It's like 2,100 square feet. How many bedrooms?
Yeah, so it's 3 beds and it's 3.5 baths.
Wow.
Each bedroom has an ensuite bath, and then we have a powder room to serve everyone's guests.
Nobody has to share a bathroom with anybody else unless you're a guest.
This is not an apartment for people who like to share.
That's great.
It's an only child apartment, really.
With 3 bedrooms.
Yeah, of course. This is our powder room.
Dude, this is nicer than most people's main bathrooms. Look at this.
All it's missing is a shower.
Yeah, could you put one in?
You know what, if the waistline is here, the water line, technically, yes, you could.
But you probably shouldn't. You don't want your guests to get too comfortable. They might be tempted in this place. Does it come with the free paint?
For all your scratches and dents, we have a solution. And it's these free cans of paint.
And this mainframe right here, this thing runs the house. That's what this is?
It's the brains of the house, that's correct.
This is a lot of storage though. And then we kind of walk out. Is this, what would you call this area here? It's like between the living space and the hallway?
I'd say that it is your moment of zen.
Moment of zen. I think it's a fantastic place to show off all of the furniture and entertainment pieces you have. And if you run out of space, I guess you could cram a home office in here. Not sure why you'd need that, but you could. Now what's cool is unlike a lot of New York City apartments, you have a separate dining area. You don't have to eat in your bedroom or at your coffee table. What do you think? Could you go bigger than this 6-person?
Add another dining table.
Also, all of your entertainment space is completely filled with light, and that's because these massive windows are facing the avenue, and it's not really that loud. We're on the 14th floor. Look at that, nothing. Now, if you were looking for a room that was big enough to bore the entire world with a history of all of your accomplishments, I think that's this living room. Is that why we have spinny chairs?
Oh, yes, the spinnier the better.
When people are doing this and you're telling them a story, it's time to end that story. And if you do want to eat at your coffee table, it's this massive art piece right in the center. Although I think the one thing you could do here would be to remove that TV and do like a projector. I feel like this is projector worthy. Look at that. I love this little cabinet right here. Is this where you have to put the common charges? In here?
We like to hide them.
What are the common charges?
Common charges here are about $4,500 a month.
I love this type of sink sprayer with a little trigger on the end.
That's luxury.
We have a complete wine fridge with a couple of housewarming presents. Dishwasher hidden away, very nice. The range is super minimal. And we've even got the stealth vent up here. That's where it is. Are both of those the fridge? 1, 2, oh my goodness, there's 2 fridges.
For the overstocked neat freak and you.
And they're both Sub-Zero. How many frozen dinners can you fit in the 4 freezers?
As many Dr. Freezers as you like.
Dude, this is crazy. And then here we have ourselves the world's greatest pantry. What a nice kitchen. It looks like it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. What do you think? 9.5 out of 10?
Solid 9.6.
There's even more coat closets out here. And this one is special because it has the laundry machines and it's basically a laundromat. Soap shelf, Downy dryer sheets, if you know, you know. Where are the bedrooms?
So we have a split layout. We have your, let's call it your guest bedroom or your home office. That's east facing, that's your morning bedroom. Then over here, we have for primary residence, if you will, and they're adjoining, but they do not share a bed wall.
So what that means is that none of the rooms have you sleeping right next to where somebody else is gonna be sleeping.
100%, you're on opposite sides of the apartment effectively.
The only child not sharing thing.
Never want to share a wall.
But since this is the guest bedroom, I just wanna see where your crazy uncle has to stay. If your crazy uncle comes over, he's not gonna wanna leave. This is great.
Well, listen, we want him to leave, but we'll sequester him out here.
It's a beautiful room, 100%. And this is the smaller room. You're calling this the office. The library wall is amazing. I wish every single apartment had this, so useful. How's our storage in here?
Your uncle's suitcase.
Look at that, just enough for a suitcase. And these awesome stick lights, I love these. But the big win here is every room has its own full bathroom, which essentially means this is an apartment that is basically 3 separate apartments. If you had a George Foreman grill, you could stay in this room and never leave. Doesn't sound like a good idea. But what is a good idea is when a bathtub has counter space. Also, the view we've got here, eastward facing, it's always gonna be bright. Plus, there's a lot that's cool to look at, and even though, again, we are street facing, we don't hear any street noise. That's why. Now this is gonna be interesting because we've got the primary over here and then this room, and both of these are far away from the entertainment space, which is most likely why they would be permanent bedrooms. I love the big windowsills that this place has. This one doubles as like a dresser or just general storage. A lot of times you see a big modern apartment and they waste the space because there's so much of it, but Not here. And here we have the sunset water tower view. That's classic New York for you. Look at the size of that guy. That's actually the building next door. You can get up to a king in here, no problem. And the storage. How is the storage? Oh, this is good. This closet is twice the size of the closet in the other room. Plus, with this long hallway that leads into the room, there's an element of privacy here that you won't have in the guest room. Of course, if you end up buying this place, you can do whatever you want with it. But this as a full-time bedroom, probably the perfect move, even though it looks like it might be a little smaller than the guest room. It also has its own bath as well. Is this a medicine cabinet in this one? Ooh, look at that. Lots of storage. Mirrors everywhere. Got that same beautiful counter space tub. A sink tub, that's what we'll call it. See, just like a sink, counter space. Lots of storage pretty much everywhere. Always wanted a place with a canopy bed. But these really only make sense in apartments that have high ceilings to begin with. And you need a lot of space or it's just gonna make everything look small. If we had a rolly chair here, I could demonstrate the home office, but you get the idea. Such a big room, so much you could do with it. And we also have this unique corner view here with a second row of windows. The hallway itself doesn't have any storage, but there's a reason for that. And that reason is because we've got the best walk-in closet ever. Everything about this makes so much sense. You've got your hangers over here on this side. We've got our drawers. They pop out with a soft touch. Shoes and pants on the bottom, no problem. The storage is also built all the way up to the ceiling. This side is essentially a row of dressers. You're gonna need a ladder if you want to get up there. Even this little corner they turned into something. You could have so many things and totally avoid cluttering the actual room itself because you got so much storage right here. And look at this bathroom. It's so nice. Oh, look at that. Bright. You'll know exactly what you look like. And we've got the dual sinks. And we have an actual claw foot tub. This is pretty dope. Comes with a little tub tray for eating strawberries instead of taking a bath. Look at this thing. I thought this was like a handle, and it's a good thing I didn't grab it because it's not a handle. That's the water spout. And I would have broken it and I would have had to buy it. I'm not prepared to do that today. But the great thing about this place is that when you get prepared in the morning, we also have a magical standing shower right here with a shower head that was probably purchased in another state. There is no way this massive thing is regulation size. We've got quite a bit of room in here too. This probably gets more use than the tub, but it sure is fun to look at. I can't find anything to complain about with this place.
Me neither. That's why you should buy it.
Right. Oh yeah, the price.
Oh yeah.
Jordan's got some of the coolest places ever. Definitely follow him here on Instagram if you're interested in this or something else. He's got some nice stuff.